I finally got smart about my phone's security. I found this great free VPN. It encrypts my traffic and it compresses my data so I don't hit my monthly cap so fast. You might want to uninstall that immediately. People thought the exact same thing in 2018. They downloaded a highly rated security app, totally unaware they were voluntarily bugging their own devices. The app was called Onavo Protect. It promised users a secure, private tunnel for all their web traffic. Millions of people hit download, thinking they were locking their digital doors. Instead, all that private data was being siphoned right out. Who was on the other end? Some anonymous hacker syndicate? No, it was Facebook. So a tool explicitly designed to stop people from tracking you was actually built by Facebook to track you? How did they pull that off? To understand why, we have to go back to 2013. Facebook was facing an existential crisis. They had the numbers, but teenagers were migrating to flashy, ephemeral messaging apps. Facebook was flying blind, terrified of being replaced. Zuckerberg developed an aggressive strategy for any emerging rival: copy them, buy them, or kill them. But to do that, he needed early intelligence. He needed to know what apps people were using before they became threats. So Facebook acquired Onavo, a data compression startup based in Israel. On paper, it looked like a simple expansion to help users save mobile data. Because Onavo routed internet traffic through its own servers to compress it, Facebook suddenly owned the pipes. Exactly. They had a real-time secret window into the exact habits of millions of smartphone users. Onavo's data revealed the true dominance of WhatsApp. In Spain, for example, 99% of Android users already had the app on their phones. Is that why Facebook paid $19 billion for WhatsApp? Yes. Without Onavo, WhatsApp's true scale was hidden. The staggering volume of intercepted messages proved to Facebook that the app was worth the astronomical price tag. Onavo Protect functioned as Facebook's private radar system, scanning for and neutralizing emerging threats to their monopoly. It worked perfectly until a major technical roadblock emerged. Rivals like Snapchat started using HTTPS. They encrypted their traffic. Facebook's radar suddenly went dark. Zuckerberg personally intervened. In a 2016 internal email, he told his engineering team that because Snapchat's traffic was encrypted, they had no analytics about them. He directed his staff to figure out a way to crack that secure connection. How do you crack HTTPS without the password? You use a classic cyber attack called a man-in-the-middle. Facebook literally named their internal initiative Project Ghostbusters, a direct reference to Snapchat's Ghost logo. Let's look at this diagram. In a standard secure connection, your phone takes a piece of data, locks it, and sends it down a direct line. Only the destination server has the key to unlock and read it. But the Onavo VPN asked users to install a custom root certificate on their phones. This granted Facebook the authority to bypass encryption and peer inside the data packets. As you can see, Facebook's server drops right into the middle of the line. It catches your locked data, unlocks it, reads your activity, and relocks it before passing it to Snapchat. People downloaded a security shield to protect themselves from malicious hackers, and the shield itself was executing the hack. And then they took it a step further. Relying on organic downloads of a free app wasn't giving them enough data, so Facebook started paying people to be spied on. They launched Project Atlas. Facebook specifically targeted teenagers and young adults, ages 13 to 35. They paid them $20 a month in gift cards to install a deeply invasive VPN that demanded root access to their phones. What does root access actually give them? Everything. Private messages, personal photos, complete web browsing history, and even screenshots of their Amazon shopping orders. A trillion-dollar corporation handed 13-year-olds $20 a month to willingly surrender their entire digital lives. That is incredibly dark. The operation couldn't stay hidden forever. Independent security researchers analyzed the app's code and exposed the massive data harvesting. Apple stepped in and banned Onavo from the App Store entirely for violating their privacy guidelines. The exposure triggered severe international blowback. The Australian government actually dragged Meta into federal court, suing them for deceptive conduct. The Australian federal court ruled against Meta. They ordered the company to pay a $13 million fine for actively misleading consumers about the true nature of their VPN. Against Meta's $50 billion annual profit, that fine functions more like a rounding error, a predictable expense for high-level surveillance. You're completely right. For tech giants, these fines are just the cost of doing business. I think I'm going to delete that free VPN now. Good call. It proves the oldest rule on the internet. If an incredibly complex service is offered to you for free, you aren't the customer. Your habits, your secrets, and your privacy are the product.